Hello students, welcome again in our today's video lesson. In the last video lesson we have seen how to balance a chemical equation. Okay. So by continuing this chapter now, today we will continue from page number 83, that is applying law of conservation of mass. What this law explained to us, that according to this law of conservation of mass, the matter is neither be created nor be destroyed before a chemical reaction or after chemical reaction. So chemical equation can be balanced by applying only this law. We have seen that how to balance. So this law also says that the atomic mass of the reactant part, not only the number of atoms in the reactant part or each and every elements, the atomic mass of the total atomic mass of the reactant part is equal to the total atomic mass of the product part. Okay. So if the reactant and the product of a compound, atomic mass of each constituent element must be used to calculate the molecular mass of a compound, we can see that in a balanced chemical equation, the total molecular mass in the reactant part is equal to total molecular mass in the product part. We will see this by some examples. Few examples are also given in your book, and definitely we will see that. Now let us start of this calculation part. See what we have seen, that law of conservation of mass. Laws of conservation of mass. Okay. So here it is said that matter cannot be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. Same way, the atomic mass of or the molecular mass of reactant is equal to total molecular mass of product. So this is the law that we will see here. Okay. Now very simple example, if you take for the preparation of hydrogen plus with oxygen the water, if you balance them you have to put 2 here and 2 here. Now if you want to find the molecular mass of the reactant part and the product part, what we will see, so 2 into atomic mass of hydrogen is 1, so it is 1 into 2, okay, plus the atomic mass of oxygen is 16, so it will be 16 into 2. Now gives, so 2, we have to get the second bracket, so 1 into 2 plus 60. Okay. Now do the calculation. 2 1 is 2, 2 2 is 4, plus 16 2 is 32, and that makes a total 36. In the total molecular mass of the reactant part is total 36. Similarly, here it is 16 and 2 1 is 2, so 16 plus 2 is 18. So 2 into 18, what we see here, it is again 36. So what you see here, you can see, now you can put equal to sign. So these are equal. So what we see here, before reaction and after reaction total mass remains the same. So this is the conservation of mass. Okay. Another example, if you want to take simple examples, suppose if you take calcium plus HCl, it gives calcium chloride CaCl2 plus H2. Now you see it whether it is balanced or not. It is not balanced because chlorine and hydrogen is two atoms. Here is one, so you can put here two to balance it. Okay. Now you can find it. Now what is the molecular atomic mass of calcium? It is if I don't forget, it is 40. Okay. So it is 40 plus 2 into what is hydrogen is 1 and that chlorine is 35.5. Okay, 35.5. So now calculate it. 20 plus 35.5 plus 1 is 36.5 into 2. So 2 into 36.5. So it is 40 plus 2 5s are 10, 0, carry 1, 2 6 are 12, plus 1 33, 2 3s are 6. So 63 plus 40, it is 103. So left hand side is 103. That is the reactant part. Now move to the product part. And you move to the product part. What we will see here. So calcium is 40 plus chlorine is 35.5 into 2 plus hydrogen is 1. So 1 into 2. 2 atoms are there. Now calculate it. 40 plus 35 into 2. What is it? 30. It's 35. 70 is 71 plus 2. Okay. So 40 plus 71 is 101. Sorry, 111. I think, no? 35. It is 10, 0, 10, 11. Okay. It's okay. And I think I have made some mistake here. It will be 7. Okay. And it will be 11. Now it's okay. So 100 and 111 plus 2. So this is also now 113. So what we see here? The total mass before reaction and after reaction is same. Okay. So this is called the law of conservation of mass. So these examples we have seen from the these examples. Now the next part of this chapter is what information that we gather from a chemical equation, that we can say the limitations of chemical equations also. What information we generally gather. First, the information that we gather from the chemical equation is the name of the elements present in the reaction, in the reactant product. What the elements comes under the reaction. So you can identify the name from the equation. Also, the name of the product we can gather, what product we are getting, what elements are getting, what new compounds we are getting, that we can easily identify from a chemical equation. And the number of atoms of individual elements present in the reactant part and the product part, that also you can identify. Next is the number of molecules of the product and the proportion of the atoms of different elements present in a reactant or product, we can also identify them. And also mass of the reactant and product of the reactant also we can calculate. So writing chemical equation is also a very much informative. So many information we can gather from a chemical equation. Okay. So now what is the limitation? Next page you can see the limitations of chemical equation. Chemical equation we have seen till now do not describe the chemical reaction that are present in totally. What the total chemical reaction that it happens, we cannot represent it. There are only the number of limitations. So what is first limitation? The chemical reaction cannot be influenced by many factors. In the same chemical reaction, very few factors are responsible for a reaction to happen. So many factors cannot influence it. Just by bringing two reactant together may not always causes a chemical reaction. Certain conditions must exist for a chemical reaction to occur. Okay. So in current form, chemical equation do not indicate the information about time for which the reaction will be completed. We are not mentioning the time of reaction. We are writing slow or fast, or we are using the catalyst to control the reaction, but we cannot able to say how much time it will take actually and to represent in a chemical equation. So the concentration of reaction and volume of the product we also don't represent it. And the nature of reaction also will be occur its own, which factors will affect the reaction. So these are the information that only we can gather, and these are the only limitation up to which we can write a chemical equations. Okay, so there are so many things that we have seen here. Okay, so in this way we see the reaction. In the next video class we will see how to make a chemical reaction more informative. After that few information, our chapter will be completed. Then after we will do the exercise. After doing the exercise, we will do the revision from chapter number 1 again. Okay students, thank you very much for watching this video. See you again in the next video class and online class. Thank you very much.